術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to 2025. I hope you guys had a safe and happy new year. I already said Merry Christmas to you guys. Welcome back. This is officially the first lift of 2025. So I did not upload anything last week besides some shorts. I said reels in the last video, but I'm used to Instagram reels. So I uploaded a few YouTube shorts. So hopefully that could make up some of the lack of posting I did last week. It's only about I think I only did 4 or 5 shorts, 5 minutes of your time. So hopefully you guys got some information out of it that you enjoyed. So I took all of last week off, actually 9 days off from the gym. It was actually a pretty easy 9 days off. All I did was just sit at home, chill, watch anime, work of course, and then now we're back to it. So as I took those 9 days off, I did my shoulder exercises. I went to go see my osteopath for my shoulder because at the end of the year for the max out, my shoulder was giving me a lot of issues, especially to about 2 weeks leading up to it. And it was just not in the cards for me to go full max out. Also, I was tired and stuff like that too. No excuses, of course. Me just being dumb, trying to push through and being fatigued and all that dumb shit. I just wasn't strong enough to hit the weights that I wanted, and that's okay. But now we are in 2025. I got some numbers that I would like to hit by the end of the year. So we are going back on track to training. So since I did take deload off, I did no lifts. That's why there was no upload, no training log. I took 9 days off from the gym and tried to stay out of here besides doing work and recording content for YouTube and YouTube Shorts, which was just Instagram Reels re-uploaded. So this week and next week will be sort of like an active recovery in terms of trying to get back into training, also trying to figure out new positioning for squats and bench and seeing how it feels on the shoulder. So far, high bar squats feel okay. I only warmed up with the bar, but this is my official weight today. So we are starting off with high bar squats for sets of 5 at 135 pounds. Just slowly easing back into training, nothing crazy, nothing wild. So we are not doing any max effort stuff for about 2 weeks, just to ease back in training, like I said, so I don't get hurt anymore or hurt elsewhere. So the idea is for active recovery is lighter weights, fewer sets, and fewer reps. So I'm kind of taking it like a deload type week, but only for 2 weeks. But next week will be ramping up of either weight or reps. And then I'll kind of go back kind of into the swing of things of conjugate style. So this week is more figuring out shoulder positioning for new lifts, bench and squat, and just kind of easing back into training. So we're going to do high bar, going to give low bar a little bit of a breather. And since we're doing active recovery, it's nice and easy, lighter weights. And yeah, I'm not going to put any knee sleeves or any support stuff on just because it's super light weights. So for now, high bar squats, sets of 5. Yeah, easy day today. I'll take you along with it. I don't know why I spin that way. 135, feeling easy. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. We're gonna do these for about 3 sets, and I'll move on to my next lift. I will be changing some stuff up in terms of programming. I am officially back down to 149 pounds after almost a whole week of high calories from Christmas dinners and stuff like that. Last week went back on track, still stayed within my 10 to 12K steps. I just did not lift at all. Feeling pretty flat. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Also, I feel super naked without my knee sleeves. Feels a little bit awkward. I was gonna do heels today just to get more quad activation just by driving my knees out more. But I think not being used to that movement with heels as I used to be a long time ago, probably best just to go back to squatting. And yeah, feels good on the shoulder for now. the hand placement gets a little weird. So I'm like gonna go on a tangent here and there because like it's super easy and stuff like that. And yeah, you know what? We'll just hit the next set because I only got a couple sets and then we'll move on to the next one. What's nice about this lighter week is I cleaned the bar after my max effort squats. So it has been clean and all oiled up for the last 9 days. And it's just nice to come back to a clean bar. But if you've ever cleaned a bar before, it takes a couple sessions to get back in the groove of a clean bar because it's all oily and stuff. So you have to like re-chalk it and stuff like that. So the grip feels a little off, but yeah, feels nice. So in terms of programming going forward, aside from easing back into training with the weights I used to be, I will focus more, obviously, on strength, but also muscle building at the same time. Yes, to go hand in hand, but instead of just trying to get overall stronger, like on accessory lifts, which is kind of, I'm gonna peel it back a little bit. So I was working with 80 pounds for dumbbell flat press for a few weeks. I want to say about 1 to 2 months, and ranging between 5 to 8-ish reps. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the weight back a little bit, maybe to around 65, 75 pounds, and work my way up to 12 reps, get a little bit more reps in there for volume, and then slowly build my way back up to 80 pounds. Especially with this shoulder, I don't want to jump right back to 80 pounds. So probably next week or the week after, probably the week after most likely, we'll probably work with 55 pounds, see if I can hammer out 10 to 12 reps, see how it feels on the shoulder, and then slowly progress from there. But I don't feel like jumping right to 80 pounds is the best idea, especially just like I said, how with my shoulder. Even though dumbbell flat press does not affect it too much, especially if I angle my elbow at a certain way. If I angle it out like this, like a barbell bench press, obviously with elbows flared out, it feels a little bit wonky. But neutral just feels a little more tricep than it does on chest, and I'm trying to grow my pecs a little bit more, so I'm trying to like angle it, and that feels okay on it. But obviously with 80 pounds, it's feel a little bit different with 65 pounds, a lighter load for higher reps, and see how that does. So we're gonna focus a little bit more on hypertrophy stuff, not just doing with strength, especially for big compound heavy movements like dumbbell flat press or barbell rows. I will be taking out some exercises and replacing them with other ones just because some of them have gotten pretty stale or they're just boring in general. And I just want to like keep growing a little bit more, even though I've been getting some comments on my Instagram that I am small. Yes, I am small and I'm natty though. So like, what do you expect? I have like the worst genetics ever. I got below bottom of the barrel genetics in terms for muscle building. Blame the big man upstairs and my parents, but it's all good. So yeah, let's hit this set and then I'll talk to you after. Yeah, so we are going to be changing some exercises, chop and change, adding some exercises here and there. So normally I do face pulls on dynamic effort upper and max effort lower, just for more back hypertrophy. But we're going to go through that today. Face pulls on max effort is now being changed to max effort upper instead of lower. And in change of that, I wanted to add more hamstring hypertrophy. So my seated good mornings from dynamic effort lower will be moved to today, technically like a max effort lower. And yeah, change some exercises, see if I can grow a little bit more. I will be officially starting my massing phase, not next week, the week after. So in 2 weeks, calories gonna get bumped up about 1 to 200. I dropped my calories from 2,600 to 2,500 because I wasn't doing anything and hunger levels were not there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's the objective. So for now, I'm gonna introduce a semi-new exercise in place of the old one after this. So I'm gonna set up and I'll catch you for the next accessory. Okay, new-ish accessory. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but that's a 3-inch block right there. I did 1.5-inch deficits for, I think I want to say about 2-3 months. And that was me just getting back to deficit pulls because I like deficit pulls. But now that I'm really trying to focus on building, build more muscle, I guess, I want to be a little bit better on conventional. So I've increased the range of motion, hopefully increasing more muscle mass in my low back to help with pulling. Just because after the 2 weeks of active recovery, my max efforts will be based around deadlifts for about 3 weeks for max effort attempts. So 3-inch deficit pulls to make things easier. Sorry, not easier. Make things more difficult by increasing the range of motion. Target a little bit more low back and a little bit of hamstrings as well. And just hopefully increase muscle mass in my low back. So I think I said something twice. So for now, we are doing 135 on a 3-inch deficit conventional. And these will probably stay for a little bit because, well, I want to get better at these. And hopefully conventional comes up as well. So let's do this. Sets of 5, 135. Woo! Okay, it's been a little bit since I've done 3-inch deficit pulls, just because obviously the range of motion is a lot longer. It's gonna take me a little bit to get used to it. So yeah, this week is reintroduction. Next week for programming, slowly ramp up either weights and reps, sets will stay probably the same. And then once I get back into I almost said conjugizi. That's Bart Kwan. Conjugate style, we'll probably go full blown back to 3 sets of mostly everything, or 4 sets or 5. So right now everything is sets of 2. Just keeping the volume low, reps low, weights low. So everything is 50%. So I just believe once you take time off from the gym, you should ease back into training and not go balls to the wall like you used to do or what you did before, especially the weeks after or the weeks of the end of your training cycle or whatever your mesocycle, that you do not go back to what you're doing before, because you could most likely hurt yourself because your body's not used to it. So I got to acclimate back up to the weights, slowly build over time. And for barbell accessories and stuff like that, like especially on after my max effort attempts and stuff like that, I probably won't play with percentage-based stuff for probably 3 weeks and probably just focus more on moving the weight and reps and probably I almost said try. Do reps in reserve. So probably like 3 sets left in reserve. I haven't decided on the reps in reserve thing, but I'll probably play around the 65, 70% range for a little bit. So yeah, we'll do that. So not too sure yet. We'll play around with it. So last set of 3-inch deficit pulls, conventional. Four. Feels nice. Feels pretty easy. I like conventional. I can pull any variation of deadlifts, whether it's conventional or sumo. I think overall, to supplement sumo, instead of just doing just like singles and stuff like that, I think just doing like bodybuilding, hypertrophy, power bodybuilding style, I can speak, will translate nicely to my sumo, because obviously conventional hits stuff that sumo does not. Sumo is lots of it's more leg drive in terms of quads and glutes, in my opinion. And conventional is more, yes, has leg drive, but like hamstring, glutes, and low back as well. So they kind of like supplement each other, if you get what I mean. So I'm gonna rest for a little bit. We're gonna hit our last final barbell accessory, and which is gonna be seated good mornings. just because I want some hamstrings, and I think a hip hinge movement afterwards is a smart idea. So let me set up. I'll catch you for that. Like I said, this can be a quick, easy workout. It's more, hopefully, I can get out of here in the next half an hour. Usually, deload type stuff is 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but since I have some weight on the bar, I could usually on deload weeks, purposeful deload weeks, I cut everything in half. And then I would kind of mesh sets together. So if I play with dumbbell flat press for 3 sets of 10, for example, at 55 pounds, I would drop it to 2 sets. And instead of 50 pounds, I would do 25 pounds, and sets of 10 will be down to 5. So what's the point? Technically, I could do 2 sets of 25 for 5 reps, or I could do 1 set of 25 pounds for sets of 10 and get out of the gym a little bit faster. So that's how I kind of do my deload. You don't have to do that. Just do 50% of everything and you'll be square. So aside from that, rant aside, tangent aside, I'm not ranting. Seated good mornings, 45 pounds for sets of 8. And I was playing with 80 pounds a couple weeks ago. So I'm just going to drop down to the bar and then probably work up again. So next week will most likely be reps for this and then go back. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. It's going by feel right now. Since I do low bar good mornings, we're going to see how it plays out on my shoulder and how pissed off it gets. And we'll go from there. So let's do this. Seated good mornings, 45 pounds, sets of 8. Okay, I did 12 there just because I was not paying attention and I was moving around with the bar. So I did 12 instead of 8. But it felt okay on my shoulder in terms of low bar style. I don't know if I should do high bar and see how that feels. I just don't like the idea of it high bar, having some weight on, and when I do the good morning, it's gonna roll off my traps and then like crush my neck, especially when I get down here. So I'll probably figure that out next set and see how that feels. It's only 45 pounds, nothing out of the ordinary of what I can and cannot control. It's pretty easy, but I would like to hit seated good mornings for sets of like 8 at 95 pounds. That's a nice little goal, I think, by the end of the year, which is probably achievable if I really push it. But we're coming back from an injury, so let's not push it too far. So I'm going to do another set, rest for a little bit, and I'll probably catch you for the next accessory. So actually, that second set of seated good mornings, I did high bar style, and it felt pretty nice. Obviously, it was easy, but it felt nicer on the shoulder. But that's what we want. We want the hip hinge, feel good in the low back and hamstrings. That's the whole idea, especially with how my back, like when I injured it 4 years ago, going on 4 years, seated good mornings and leg raises were a huge contributing factor, especially with some prehab, rehab exercise. But those two, seated good mornings, leg raises, helped my low back quite a bit. So speaking of leg raises, that's what we're going to do next. Obviously, body weight. I'm not going to do anything crazy or out of the ordinary. And we're going to do sets of 15 because I was working with 30 reps, I believe, a couple weeks ago. So half of that is that. And I can't obviously cut my body in half because, well, I'll be dead. But I can half the reps and half the sets. So we're going to do sets of 15. Let's do this. Woo! Felt pretty good. Yeah, I know I do knee raises instead of full-on leg raises, but I only have so much space from with the bar to the ground, and I pretty much just touch the ground when I do leg raises. And if I put it up any higher, it's actually gonna like almost touch the ceiling. And when I do pull-ups, I'll actually smash my face into the ceiling. So I kind of don't want that. So we'll make dues with this for now until I get some sort of leg raise, like loop style attachment thing. So yeah, we'll figure that out. I got one more set and then I'll catch you guys for the next. Why am I standing like this? I feel like trying to stand like Superman. and I'm nowhere near Superman's size and aesthetic, but it is what it is. I'll just show you guys one more accessory and I'll talk to you after that. Last and final exercise of active recovery lower body day is going to actually be elevated Pendlay rows. So all I did was just substitute regular barbell rows, elevated barbell rows for elevated Pendlay rows. So the idea is to still build my back, but also not put as much back fatigue on my low back. So the idea is to keep more of a stricter form for barbell rows, take some stress off my low back because you're in this like planted strict position versus with barbell rows. A lot of people, especially myself, we try to be as strict, try to be strict as possible within the confines of the movement, meaning like we're not trying to like jerk the bar up and down. We're just trying to like just do a nice kind of row type motion. With this, I just want to be a little bit more strict with form and take less stress off my back because I'm more bent over and more strict. And hopefully this can build my back, which will carry over to a nice bench and nicer looking back. So let's do this. We're only doing 65 pounds and they're 10-pound bumpers, which is nice because they're roughly the same size as regular 45 pounds. And we're gonna do sets of 6 today. So yeah, 2 sets. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Let's do this. No idea why I'm using straps, but whatever. All right, super easy. It felt nice. I have no idea why I use straps because, well, it's light enough anyways, so we'll fix that. I felt a static type stretch pull activation within my hamstrings. That's normal due to my flexibility is kind of lacking. So we'll figure that out. We'll do another set here. I just really wanted to get in the groove of things, even though I could have probably fired out easy 12, 1 set and get the hell out of here. So yeah, I took barbell rows out, elevated Pendlay rows. So I took Pendlay rows from dynamic effort lower, popped them here, took out barbell rows, and in place of Pendlay rows for dynamic effort lower, I put Meadows rows. Just vary it. Nope. Yes. Instead of Pendlay rows, I did Meadows rows. And then T-bar row, which I felt like was getting kind of boring. And like, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling. I did T-bar rows for like almost 2 years straight. And I think it's just time to change it. Because before I was doing 2 grips, horizontal and diagonal. And then I did like 1 more exercise. So I took T-bar rows out and I actually put lat pull downs just to get more, to build my lats. And because I haven't done lat pull downs in a very long time. And that's it for back training. On max effort upper, I kept everything the same. Pull-ups will still be in there, but I think I'll try to increase weights as I go. And for one arm rows, instead of standing bent over, I'm gonna do kneeling on the bench with my support leg and go from there and see how that feels. Just to change it up a little bit. Maybe I'll feel a little bit more rigid with my knee on the bench, and then I can go from there. But for now, let's hit this last set, and then I'll do a little chat, and then yeah. Yeah, those feel nice. I will have to get used to it, especially when I slap on more weight. But yeah, feels pretty good. I'm gonna go from there. And yeah, that's it for today. Nice, easy, active recovery lower body day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I am back on the tubes. It is 2025. We're gonna hit some numbers, hopefully get a little bit bigger, get a little bit stronger, hopefully blow out my other max effort PRs, overall PRs. Maybe not this year, but get super close to them by the end of the year. So let's get bigger, let's get stronger, and let's try to stay injury free as best as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at maximumoutput_training. Follow me there. I try to be active as best as possible. I upload daily. And if you want some online coaching, there's some stuff in the description below. and we can have a 20-minute free fitness consultation and go from there. And I'll see you guys. Actually, I will post another video this week to make up for last week. So you guys get 2 videos this week, and I'll discuss with you upper body day a little bit further. Not too sure if it's going to be the max effort day or the dynamic effort upper day. Until next time, have a great day, guys. Peace.